everybody, in this lesson I'm going to show you how to play What a Wonderful World. This is one of the greatest songs of all time in my opinion. I love playing it. It was written in 1967 I believe, and of course Louis Armstrong's version is a classic. And it's got some great chord changes, a great melody, and I have a solo fingerstyle guitar arrangement that I think is a lot of fun to play. There's tab available linked in the description, and I'm going to show you the entire arrangement in this video. So let's jump into it. So the intro sounds like this. Then we go into the verse. So this is not a particularly advanced arrangement to play. I think just about everybody watching this video will be able to play it with some patience. The harmonics in the intro, they're pretty tricky to do. They can be real finicky little things to get every note to be clean and clear. Even myself, I have a lot of songs I play with harmonics, and it's kind of like I'm trying not to hit the pick on the fingerboard when I'm playing them. If you were to play it without harmonics, it would sound like this. Kind of sounds less stressful, to be honest. And so we'll go through the chords played. I'll explain, in a brief manner how the harmonics will be played, but I really want you to focus on the main sections of the song. So the chords in the intro, there's three chords. There's this G6, there's an A minor 7, there's a G major 7, and then it goes back down. Now, what essentially we're doing is we're kind of playing this kind of a figure. It's almost like a G, and then an A minor with a G in the bass, and then a G major 7, and then an A minor with a G in the bass. So it has that kind of pedal tone going on, but I'm not playing in that low register, I'm playing it up here. So the notes are G, B, E, and G, fret 5, 4, 5, 3, and then we go up here. It's kind of like an A minor chord with a G in the bass in that inversion. G, C, E, A, and then we have G, B, F sharp, B, G, D, F sharp, B, fret 5, 7, 7, 7, and then we go back down. It's just as simple as that. For the last chord, instead of going, which is G, C, E, A, I go play those nice harmonics, which is G, C, E, A. Same notes, but you get the harmonics to ring out against one another and it gets this magical sound. So I'm playing a G, 12th fret harmonic there, playing a C on the 8th fret of the high E string, and then harmonic E, harmonic A, both on the 7th fret of the 5th and 4th strings. So if you were to play that intro with harmonics, all you would do is spell out the chords with the index finger, using either the thumb pick, you can use your thumbnail if you'd like, or you can use a straight pick, holding the straight pick with the middle finger and the thumb. But I like to play with the thumb pick, and I know that a lot of you do as well. So we're just spelling it out with the index finger. finishing off with that little run. So that's the intro. Kind of a nice little, way to set up the song. Now the first verse, or I should say the first A section, sounds like this. And then we have this neat little turnaround with that chord that I'm going to show you after we break down this A section. So let's just look at the chords before we learn the melody. So we're going from G major to this B minor chord, but it has an open G ringing out. Now you could think of this as a B minor 11 add flat 6th, which is what it says on the chart. But to me that doesn't make a lot of sense because, we're in the key of G major, and we're going to the minor 3rd, and we're just adding that G note. Kind of feels like a natural thing to do when you're in the key of G. We don't need to call it a minor 11 add flat 6th. So we go from the G major to that B minor with the G, and then we play C major 7, back to the B minor, A minor, to G. And this chord, you can either think of it as an F sharp diminished, or I kind of like to think of it as a B7 with an F sharp in the bass, and then to an E minor. And the reason we have the F sharp in the bass is because it's a really nice chromatic walk down from the G to that F sharp, moving to the E minor. And then we have this chord, which I really love this chord. It's an E flat with an A added. And so that A is the sharp 11th degree. It just creates a little tension. And the melody is here on the open G, so you get that kind of tension. And we release it, going from A minor to a D to a G. So just walking through the chords once more. 1, 2, 3, and G, B minor, C major 7, B minor, A minor, G, B7 with an F sharp in the bass, or an F sharp diminished, and E minor, E flat with a sharp 11th, and then A minor to a D to a G. Do that again with no talking. So I'm sure you might have heard a little bit of the melody creeping in there, because the melody is right within these chords. It's one of the beautiful things, when we're trying to play fingerstyle guitar, we're trying to play the vocal melody on top of the chords. So we have this kind of accompaniment, and then we have the melody that's telling the story. And so in a tune like this, which is just such a beautifully written tune with incredible melody, the melody is right there within these great chords. So the melody is... That's simple. So rather than learn the melody on its own, we'll just learn the melody within the chords. So we have open D, second fret on the D string, open G. I see trees of green. Up to that D note, which is the melody, over that B minor with the added open G. and then we go to a C major 7. You can play it in that position, or you can play it like this. Both versions are just fine. The melody is the E note, and then we come back to the D note for the melody, and that B minor chord with the G added. So far we have and I'm just doing a little finger picking around it. I don't have any kind of specific pattern I'm doing. Really, I'm just trying to get in the groove and the flow of the tune. And I think to learn it initially, it's good to learn the melody within the chords and just kind of walk through it and get more and more comfortable with it the more you play it. So from there we go to A minor, and the melody is here in the C note, first fret of the B string, hammer on to the third fret of the B string, to an open G chord, the melody being on the B, open B string. So, and then we play this F sharp diminished type chord. The melody is the A note, resolving to the open G melody note over an E minor chord. So far that is okay. Then we go to this cool E flat sharp 11. Well, that is an E flat chord with an A note wedged in there. And the melody note here is the open G string. So it's kind of like you want to make sure that G note comes through in the chord. And then we play this little phrase. Which is just a little bass run, open E to the G, and then open A, to a little A minor 7 arpeggio there, which is A, C on the 10th fret of the D string, open G, and then A on the 10th fret of the B string. And then I bring the first finger down here and play the 7th fret of the D string, A, open G, and then I play this D suspended chord. It's like a D chord with a G added. It's always nice to have that G kind of pedal tone ringing out. It's almost like there's a violin playing a high G or something. And then with the melody is F sharp, G, A, B. So it's so far in the verse we have this turnaround now. That's a really nice little turnaround. We're just going from basically a G chord. I'm playing it in this inversion with the thumb on the low G, open D, G 7th fret of the G string, 4th fret of the G string, and then D on the 3rd fret. And then we go to this chord. So what's that? That's a C sharp 9 with a G added on top. I've got to check the chart to see what exactly that thing's called. It's called a C sharp 9, sharp 11. So it's a C 9. Everyone will know that chord, but then you add the G on top. It just gives it a really nice little flavor. So we're just going. And then we're just going from C to D, 4 to 5, but I play it like this. A tasty little lick. It's kind of like a Jimi Hendrix thing. Little double stop. So that is D and G, 7th fret, 8th fret on the G and B strings, and then you hammer on with the ring finger to the 9th fret of the G string. Release, and then we play C, open B, A, G. That's what we're doing. C, A, B, G. Walking down the scale. And when we go to that A, we do a little pull off. So 10th fret of the D string for the C, open B, pull off to the 7th fret of the D string, open G, and then we go. Let me play the turnaround again just to make sure that's really clear. Once more. So from there, the good news is we just repeat the A section the same. So we have that really sweet little turnaround at the end there. But other than that, the A section's the same. So we go G, just like before, and then we go to this A minor chord with the melody walking up there. D, E, G, A, G, E. And then we do this note, this chord, which is just an A minor 7. Open A, and then 5, 5, 5, 5. And then the pinky hammers on. It's kind of a neo-soul type thing. And then pull-offs. And we're just walking down B, A, G, F sharp, E, D, with a few little inflections in there. You know, all this is in the tab. If you want to read that, you might find it easier, but that's what I'm doing. And to the D. So, we now have the intro. And then we have the two A sections. This is how I play the B section. final A section. So I'm playing that with harmonics. You don't have to play with harmonics. You can play it more like this if you want. I have a version of this song that I teach on my Guitar Synergy channel. Basically, I teach you how to play the chords, and then I teach you how to play the melody only, kind of almost Larry Carlton style on an electric. And then I teach you how to improvise over the changes, and then I teach a fingerstyle version. There's two versions. There's this version, and then there's a little bit of a simpler version. But this is a solo guitar arrangement, because I sing this song sometimes too when I play live. And you approach it a little bit differently when you're arranging for it to be around the voice. But when it's a solo guitar piece, you kind of want to make use of little bells and whistles like harmonics. So I figured out how to play that B section in harmonics. And basically, I'm pedaling that D note and just playing the melody on top. So the melody is A, G, A, D. And you kind of keep that pedal going. Have B, B, A, B. Repeat that same little phrase. And then we walk up the bass to a G. Play the same B, A, B. And then we go. I always get those notes mixed up. It's kind of tricky. But we're just doing harmonics on the, 12th fret. E, 7th fret on the G string, harmonic. Whoops. So it's E, E, B, D. Again, E, E, B, D, all harmonics. And then we go E minor harmonics. Play this little diminished chord, it's like a B diminished. You could call it a B diminished, or an F diminished, or an A flat diminished, or a D diminished. That's the way diminished chords work. And then we go A minor. The melody is, and the bass goes. So the melody's going down, and the bass is going up. Try to keep these lessons under 30 minutes, so I'm going to go through the last A section quite fast, but basically we're just doing a higher inversion of the main melody. D, 7th fret, open E, G. Play this D up here for the melody, and then I do harmonics here. 7th fret harmonics, and then the bass goes to the C note here, 8th fret of the low E, and the harmonics are played there with the pinky, 12, 12, 12, 12, and then back down to the 7th fret harmonics with the bass note being fretted, and then an A minor 7 chord here, open A, and then 5, 5, 5, 7, and then you could play this chord here. It's kind of a nice way to play it, but it's a big stretch, so I kind of play it up here. Which is G, D, F sharp, and then a B harmonic. It's all in the tab if you want more detail. And the B7 melody, that is that A note to an E minor with the open G ringing out. So we love open strings on the acoustic guitar. And then I play this inversion of the E flat. It's like an E flat with a 6th added. No sharp 11. We could put that in there, it's a bit awkward. And then we go. Play that final little melody. A, G, F, G, A. G to an F to an E7. It's a great little blues move. gospel music or something. And then we just have this little turnaround. And then the melody is... we repeat the intro again for the outro. But I figured out how to play this in harmonics. That's it. I forget how to do it. There it is. Forgive me there. My camera has a 30-minute recording limit. I've got 2 minutes left. So we just play the intro out, and that's it. Ending on a G chord. So just to recap, we have that intro, then we have 2 A sections played low with this nice little turnaround in the middle. And then we have the B section, which can be played with a melody, within the chords, or you can play it harmonics. And then we have the higher inversion of the melody. Now my hope is that you get the main section down. If it takes a month of playing just the main section, that's totally okay. This is a great song to have in your repertoire, and it takes a while to learn a new chord progression and a new melody on top. But I think it's within the realms of anybody can play this. There's nothing too technically impossible going on, or fast, or anything like that, or huge stretches. It's just a really beautiful chord progression with a beautiful melody. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope you find it helpful. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit the like button, and let me know if you have any questions. All the best.